But then right before halftime in the 42nd minute, Anatol Abang put in his third goal in his last 5 games to give the Red Bulls a 2-1 advantage, and that would be enough for them on the night. Well, the fireworks of 4th of July may have taken place last night right here on the boardwalk in Coney Island, but the Cyclones put on a fireworks display of their own tonight, just a day after Independence Day, defeating the Williamsport Crosscutters 9-2. It's hard to believe that in just a few months they'll be playing baseball right here at MCU Park in Brooklyn, New York, home of the Mets single-A affiliate, the Brooklyn Cyclones. Now, a player that used to play for the Cyclones in 2011, well, Mets ace Matt Harvey. As for Duke, they're one of the nation's hottest teams. They've won 11 of 12. One of those 11 wins came on February 14th right here in Syracuse, an 8-point victory over the Orange. Usually in a close game where the score is just 2-0, you can pinpoint one inning where the winning team did most or all of its damage, and that was the case today as the Aberdeen Ironbirds scored all of their runs in the 4th inning to defeat the Brooklyn Cyclones 2-0. Now they will face the winner of the Chicago Fire and Orlando City. That game will take place tomorrow night, and the winner of that will face the Union in Philadelphia in mid-August, as one of those teams will advance to the 2015 U.S. Open Cup final. It was a sloppy game on both sides. There were 6 errors committed between both teams, but the Cyclones got on the board yet again. In the bottom of the 6th, Alfredo Reyes plated the first run off an errant throw by Jan Hernandez. We're here in the New York Liberty locker room with Essence Carson, who had a season-high 16 points in the Liberty's win over the San Antonio Stars here this afternoon at Madison Square Garden. Now, you came off the bench for the first time in 2015. What was that like for you today in the win over San Antonio?
Yeah, it wasn't like anything, you know. He wanted to change the lineup, work on some things. I had no problem with it. As long as, we can get things done and come out with the win, I'll go along with it.
Now, coming here today, I figured you would be in the starting lineup. So when did you find out that you would be coming off the bench today?
Oh, yesterday. He let you know in advance.
What's your mentality after something like that happens? Because you still have a lot of game left to play.
Your mentality is to just stay mentally focused, if you know what I'm saying. It's just because if you take that one moment and lay off again, or something happens, we could end up with another mistake or give them another easy chance or like that, and you don't want that to happen. So it was a great job from all the guys on the field who came on and subs and everything, so it was really nice.
And then you played well after that in the penalty kicks. Now, what did you say to the ref right before it started? What were you talking to him about?
I was talking to him about, the line.
You came off the bench again today. You're still getting back into that rhythm. How do you feel physically as you try to round out into shape here in this 2015 season?
I think day by day and game by game I'm getting fitter and sharper, and I think it's just something I have to keep working on. And Jesse and the coaches and Chris and Dennis have got me working hard in training, and the players as well. So it's just about carrying it over and keeping up pretty much what I'm doing game by game and day by day.
Now you're back here with your brother again. You've played with him obviously many times in your career, but what's different this time around playing with him here with the Red Bulls?
Obviously he's matured as a player.
What's it like for you personally to be contributing to this team? You guys have been playing real well, so what's that feeling been like for you?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, in any game, so it's big.
Now you're right back here on Saturday playing again. We talked about the stretch you're in with all these games. So how do you guys rebound and come back and put out another good performance on Saturday?
Yeah, we play in Columbus.
11 a.m. start today. Are you a morning person? Because I know I had trouble getting out of bed this morning.
No, I'm not really a morning person.
From the cold ice to the warm dirt of PNC Field, it was a mild 55-degree afternoon as Syracuse was looking for its 3rd straight win over I-81 foe Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Top 3, Derek Robinson lays down the nice bunt. Jonathan Galvez fields it but makes the errant throw into right. Robinson gets greedy though, goes to second, gets caught in the rundown. Flores to Noonan, back over to Ref Snyder. He tags Robinson out. The Chiefs only managed 6 hits on the day. They almost got another one here in the top of the 8th. Keela Kaihui rips it to center, but Ben Gamble is there for the nice grab right in front of the wall. Chiefs lose this one 3-1. They split the opening 4-game series with Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Crunch looking to get back on the winning track before the playoffs begin next week. Just 5 minutes into the first period, Matthew Pekka, the nice spin move here in front of the net, gives the Crunch a 1-0 lead. That was the first professional goal for the former Quinnipiac Bobcat. Early third, Cale Mullarat taps this in off the deflection. Bridgeport takes a 2-1 advantage. 5 minutes later, Johan Sundstrom racing down the ice to prevent icing. Dishes it off to Colin Markison for the score. That was his first AHL goal. 3-1 Sound Tigers. Crunch go on to lose 4-2. They fall to the number 5 seed in the Eastern Conference when playoffs begin next week. Speaking of records, the Onondaga men's lacrosse team continued its record-setting streak with the school's 100th win over Monroe, 26-0 earlier today. OCC will host a Region 3 quarterfinal game this Wednesday as they look to capture their 6th straight national championship. From the unranked SU men's basketball team to the number 4 ranked Orange lacrosse squad, in the 16 home openers for head coach John Desco, his team has pulled out victories in all but one of those contests, and Syracuse was looking to give him win number 16. Finally, a little high school lacrosse tonight. Wes, Jenny, and JD both looking to move to 8-0 on the season. Second half action, Red Rams riding a 3-0 run. Ryan Archer, one of his 4 goals on the afternoon. Wildcats built up an 8-5 lead, but Wes Jenny would stage a comeback led by Ryan McDonald. Nice spin move and the score to tie things up and force OT. In the overtime session, game tied at 11. Tyler Schultz bounces in the goal for the game winner. Wildcats win a crazy one, 12-11. They'll be back in action next week with games against Baldwinsville and CNS. That's your look at sports. We'll be right back with a last look at the weather after the break. For the Syracuse Chiefs grounds crew, taking care of NBT Bank Stadium is a monumental task. Not to mention the fact that central New York weather is almost as unpredictable as the game of baseball itself. But whether it be rain or shine, the goal always remains the same: to showcase the field in the best way possible, not only to the fans, but more importantly, to the players.
Gosh, you got to get it perfect every time. These guys are, one home run away, one ground ball away from getting called up to the Nationals. You want to make edges look nice and crisp, lines nice and straight. You just want to make it look good for the fans.
To the average fan, this may look like just a typical pitcher's mound, but countless time and meticulous work went into producing the end result you see here. But even more so than that, a strong sense of pride and passion that the Chiefs grounds crew brings with them to work every day they step on the field. Although the hours can be long and the recognition can often go unnoticed, maintaining the title of one of the best playing surfaces in minor league baseball is what keeps them coming back day after day.
I do take a lot of pride. I enjoy getting up and working here. It's like years from now, I'm going to not be with this position, and I'm going to look back and say, that was a pretty good job in my 20s, young. I'm glad I did that.
But for now, the crew will return to the ballpark tomorrow to fulfill a job that doesn't get as much attention as it deserves. But for them, that's just fine. Michael Castellano, NCC News.